The Ukrainian Defense Forces have struck at Russian occupiers' bases and railway infrastructure in temporarily occupied Donetsk. This was reported by the head of the Center for the Study of the Occupation, Petr Andriushchenko, on Telegram. Donetsk, Kievsk district, 8 hits on the occupiers' base and railway infrastructure, all on target, he notes in the note. He also showed a video showing smoke rising over the city from the hits. As reported by Patriot of Donbass, this morning the Ukrainian Armed Forces attacked military and logistics facilities in occupied Donetsk. The strike hit the industrial zone in the area of the Zasyadko mine, the report noted, citing local telegram channels. It also said that occupation army units and equipment were located there. Local channels reported that the attacks were carried out by rockets, which are said to be HIMARS rockets. Recall earlier, during the attack on Donetsk on the night of July the 1st, the headquarters of the 8th Combined Arms Army of the Russian Armed Forces, which is the strategic target for Kiev, was probably hit. Former head of the Foreign Intelligence Service of Ukraine, Army General Nikolai Malomuzh, noted that the army headquarters is a strategic facility that deploys military operations on virtually the entire Eastern Front. According to him, a group of about 110,000 people is now one of the elements organizing attacks on Pokrovskoe, Kramatorsk, and in general on the Donetsk front. He added that all operations are planned from the positions of his headquarters. Recall, after watching Ukraine, Russia's NATO neighbors are betting big on US-made HIMARS rocket artillery. NATO allies sharing a border with Russia are turning to the US-made high-mobility artillery rocket system as they arm themselves for the possibility of Russian aggression. The HIMARS, made by US defense giant Lockheed Martin, is a multiple rocket launcher. Ukraine has been using it as part of its fight against Russia's invasion. Though a game changer when first introduced, the system's effectiveness has diminished. Still, it's considered a necessary capability by Russia's neighbors. The 3 Baltic countries are concerned that Russia could attack them next, after Ukraine. Boosting their defenses, they have selected the HIMARS as a key weapon. Estonia received 6 HIMARS in April. Latvia has an agreement with the US for 6 of the systems, expected by 2027, and Lithuania is purchasing 8 of them, with the first deliveries expected this year. These countries see the deep strike capability as critical based on watching Ukraine. Hanno Pevkur, Estonia's defense minister, explained to Business Insider that his country believes the combat-tested HIMARS send a deterrence message to Russia. We have the long strike capability, deep strike capability in Estonia already today, he said. Russian war correspondent Oleg Blokhin told in his blog what was happening in the area of Khmeimim airbase in Latakia province. According to him, real chaos reigns in the vicinity of the said military facility. However, a tense situation is observed throughout Syria. There is unrest around the Russian Khmeimim airbase. Bedouins are threatening to attack it. Hayat Tahrir al-Sham terrorists took civilians who who were between Hayat Tahrir al-Sham posts and Russian military personnel and took them away to an unknown location. According to eyewitnesses, they said that they took the people because they were expecting a Bedouin attack on the base. The base itself was declared full combat readiness, the war correspondent wrote. A few hours later, he added that Russian troops stationed at the Khmeimim airbase were observing a new influx of Syrians to the facility from various provinces and religious groups. Those people were bribing Syrian guards at checkpoints, entering the area around Latakia International Airport and pitching tents there for a long stay. Having noticed what was happening, the Russian command immediately banned the movement of previously registered refugees so that they would not mix with the new influx. After that, the Russians approached representatives of local public security forces with a proposal to expel all unregistered new arrivals. To carry out this task, patrols of public security terrorists arrived at the scene, causing chaos in the airport area. After moving some of the aforementioned refugees, some of them were returned back. Negotiations and coordination are currently underway to resolve the situation. Blokhin summed up. Recall in May, Russia's Khmeimim airbase in Syria came under attack. According to Russian media, Telegram channels and pro-war bloggers, multiple unidentified militants attempted to breach the perimeter of the base but were repelled at its security checkpoints. The UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, SOHR, reported security tension around the Russian airbase of Khmeimim following an armed attack by a group believed to be an auxiliary group to the Ministries of Defense and Interior. This refers to factions of Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, which was formerly designated as a jihadist group. Hayat Tahrir al-Sham fighters are now believed to be aligned with the government in Damascus, following the overthrow of Bashar al-Assad's regime. SOHR also cited reports of a drone being shot down in the area and noted that heavy gunfire and sirens were heard near the base's runway early in the morning. In response, security forces at the base were put on high alert, where they established checkpoints and proceeded with thorough inspection amid concerns about expected escalation. Previously, on April the 24th, SOHR reported that Russian anti-aircraft systems had shot down 2 drones over Jableh, prompting Russian forces in Syria to be placed on high alert. This coincided with activity from Syrian air defense near Kafis in Latakia province, where units now under Syria's new Ministry of Defense are based.